All right. Hello, everyone. I am with Dylan Sprouse. This is amazing. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for coming out and interviewing me.
Yeah, of course, anytime. And it's great to see you in this capacity. We're doing a Dungeons and Dragons live stream. So how did you first get involved? Because I know you were added later onto the roster.
That's right. So I do a Dungeons and Dragons live stream with a couple of buddies of mine on Twitch. It's at twitch.tv/pugcrawl, and that's usually weekly. And after that, I've been a longtime friend of Gaston Dominguez, who owns Meltdown Comics, and we were just talking recently, and he said, hey, there's this thing going on, and wondering if you were interested. So I stepped on in.
Awesome. Well, we're very happy to have you. And back in LA, of course, we know that you went to NYU, graduated in 2015. So where have you been residing more recently? Are you kind of going back and forth, or?
Very much in New York. So I've been residing primarily in Brooklyn because I'm setting up this brewery out there that I'm kind of working towards, and that's been taking up a lot of my time.
That's awesome. And if you don't mind kind of telling us a bit about working with Doug in this new capacity, again, not in acting, but on the meadery, that would be awesome.
So Doug and I are really like two peas in a pod, and he came out to help me with the meadery since we've always been home brewing together, and so he and I are working together on that as well as this Dungeons and Dragons stream that we do for fun, and it's always a pleasure working with him because he's a big goofball, but yeah, I love it. He balances me out in a lot of ways creatively, that's for sure.
Good. Do you need balancing out?
Yeah, I think everybody does to some degree. I kind of can go off on tangents, and Doug's very analytical and by the books, and so he can kind of reel me back in.
Gotcha. And did your degree specifically at NYU have any impact on you starting this meadery, or are they kind of two separate worlds, if that makes sense?
Yeah, so I took video game design while I was at NYU. And I will say that in terms of like the brewery, it maybe didn't have so much of an impact, no, but I did a lot of learning there and just growing philosophically and mentally in a lot of ways, and I certainly wouldn't have been able to start the meadery, I don't think, unless I kind of had the knowledge I previously acquired in college.
For sure. Well, that is so great to hear. And back to this event today, Dungeons and Dragons. Tell us about your character for today.
So my character is a Tyrrell tall guy. He's a tall guy. He's a giant, or a furbolg, more known as druid, and he's level 5, and he is kind of very much a transforming druid. I'm thinking, though, that he is very insecure about his height, because I guess for a furbolg, he's maybe a little too tall, so he only transforms into creatures that are smaller than him, and usually very unhelpful.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens up there.
Great. And if we could just touch on one acting thing, if that's okay with you. You've got Dismissed coming up. I know the press release came around a while ago, but when can we expect it out?
You know, the thing is that I don't know entirely because it's still in post and it's in editing. So because I'm not involved in that aspect of it, I can't give a hard date, but soon.
Soon? Okay, hopefully in the next year, because I can wait that long. Past that, I don't think I could wait. I'll get too impatient.
I'll let you know personally. I'll give you a message.
Thank you. Yeah, you can slide into my DM. So, lastly, I just wanted to touch a little bit about social media. I know that you were actually very against it originally, but now I'm pretty sure you're on everything, including Snapchat. So, how is it to now break into that world?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been against social media. I'm not very avid of a user on anything like that. So, and I think not very often do I use it still. I'm actually pretty bad at social media in general. But I mean, in a lot of ways, it's an interesting landscape because I think you kind of, as an entertainer and really as a businessman at all, you kind of live and die by social media in a lot of ways nowadays. So, I mean, I of course support it, but I'm never like locked into it very often.
Well, I have to say, for all of us fans, you and your brother's exchanges are very entertaining.
We like
the best.
Yeah, we like to goof around on Twitter often.
It's awesome. Well, Dylan, thank you so much. As I said, this honestly meant the world to me, as I've been wanting to interview you since I started my channel. So this was amazing.
Thanks for coming out. This is great. I'm glad you ended up stopping by here and we get a chance to talk to each other.
Yeah, of course. And lastly, got to get the shameless self promo. Okay. So Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. I know there's a bunch of posers still out there. So.
Yes. So most of my social media is just at Dylan Sprouse, one word. In terms of other social media, I would say I have an Instagram for the brewery, All Wise Meadery. So that is one that's my alt account. And besides that, it's pretty much just Dylan Sprouse.
Okay, well, thank you for keeping it simple for us.
Yeah, I don't want to confuse you. I mean, we're already twins, so having anything else might just be a drag.
That is true, so we appreciate it. Well, Dylan, thanks so much, and do I say break a leg or good luck for this type of thing?
I'll just break all my limbs, frankly.
All right, well, in that case, good luck, and I'll be staying and watching. So.
Thanks very much.
Of course, thank you. Bye, guys.